Okay. Not who I was hoping to fight, but I'll take it. So he likes to start with one of these two. Last time he started with a dragon. Let's bring in the Alpine Foxling. If he stuns me, I can go for my combo. And he can't really, as far as I can see, do much about it. Let's go for Dazzling Dance. There's the stun. Okay, so now all he has is liftoff. Kind of want my Dazzling Dance. How much damage is that? Yeah, I'm gonna pass. The Alpine Foxling isn't great versus the Fellbat because he can't outspeed him while he has his racial, and he can always just drain blood to get his racial back. So, do I want to go for crouch? I kind of want to 1v1 this guy a little bit. Yeah, let me crouch. I like the idea of 1v1ing him. If I was him, okay, I'm not sure. Let's just go for a Dazzling Dance. It's a weird animation. Okay, so he has his Dragon Racial, but I have my Beast Racial, so I can start getting some momentum here. Okay, so going to bring the Underroach. The Underroach is by far, I would say, the weak link here. It's a speed tie with Itch Bite versus the Dragon. I don't love that. Um, hmm. I think what I want to do is bring in the Primal Stormling. He's not very good versus the Dragon, even though he's faster. And he'll be great at minimizing that pheromones dot damage. I'm taking extra damage here. I'm thinking we take out the Underroach if he stays in. He brought Dracky. Well, I can't miss, so I think we go for the stun probably. Dazzling Dance up still. But there is an awkward speed tie. I think what I do is I bring in the Itch Bite and then probably just send the Call Darkness. Because if I win the coin toss, that's a lot of damage. And if I lose, like let's say he goes for the liftoff and I lose the coin toss. Okay, so he just ate it with the Underroach, which is fine. He didn't want to mess around with RNG. Okay, still a speed tie. I kind of want to take this 1v1 because I think I win this. Yeah, yeah, I like the idea of 1v1ing him here. This guy likes to swap, so let's just root him. Okay, I'm stunned. I take weak damage from his basic attack. I think passing is fine. He's faster now, but he's rooted, so he has to use liftoff, and then I can reroute him when he comes down. He's trying to just use his cooldowns and then swap, and he can't do that while he's rooted, so. No reason to use Roar of the Dead. Let's just use Sticky Web. And then he dies to Call Darkness. I don't think the Orphan Fellbat can 1v3 here. That would surprise me. Let's send the Call Darkness. I think Itchbite is dead, but as long as I don't miss my Roar of the Dead, I can line up a Sandstorm on that Orphaned Fellbat here on my Undead round. So let's spam Sticky Web till we're dead. And even if I miss this Roar of the Dead, I think I will be just fine. But if I land it, it's just game over. It's too much damage. It's going to almost one-shot him. Yeah, we landed it, and then my elemental can't miss. All right. Well, not the team I was trying to fight. There's a triple darkness bird spammer that I'm um trying to snipe with this kind of team, but I don't have to play this team. I could play lots of teams into him. But it's this guy right here. He's annoying me. So I'm gonna try teams that'll do well into darkness. I'm liking Alpine Foxing a lot versus him. I'm thinking like the MPD maybe is a good option. I just play this team. Um, I don't know how well it'll do versus triple flyers. I'm liking this team, I think, the best. How about if I get this guy again? Hmm. Did I fight him? I know I tried this team, but I think I got somebody else, unfortunately. Yeah, I did play this team and it did great. Oh, no, no, I got the clone dance. Okay, so let's play this team because I did win, but I won versus a team that I wasn't trying to fight. I want to try to get that darkness guy with this team, maybe. He has no decoy breakers, so the MPD should be fantastic. And then I have the elemental to hopefully avoid nocturnal strikes. Vengeful Porcupet is just a really solid pet versus darkness because he takes weak damage, he has a nice high health pool. Okay, so we got this guy again. But now he's playing the anomalous. Hmm. Start with the Blazehound. He's likely to start with weird. It's just weird. Why would he start with this guy? Is he gonna go for a surge? Let's get my trap going. Because if I swap him, it'll bring in the Sapphire Whelpling and I won't be able to. I'm surprised he didn't go for the surge. I feel like I was very unlikely to just stay in an attack. I was either gonna swap, in which case Blend the Water would have missed, most likely. Okay, so he has Flame Breath, which is weird. That means I can't take weak damage on my MPD. I could maybe bring in the Vengeful Porcupet. That seems like a decent option. I think what I will do is I'll just stay in an attack because my trap could always go off and then attacking is good. Blazehound's good versus Anomalous, but he's not giving me that matchup, and that's fine because I still have the MPD who's good versus him. I think the move here is just stay in on my Blazehound and keep attacking. If the trap goes off, I get saved, and I don't want to risk the 50-50 on, say, my Vengeful Porcupet. That would be unfortunate. We get the free swap into the Porcupet, so let's take it. And I think he will probably attack. I could Spirit Spikes to avoid that. I think I'm going to use Spirit Spikes. Ah, he used Surge. That's clever. Well, I'm going to go for my Powerball. Since I suspect he will swap, it would be really weird if he stayed in and attacked into my Spirit Spikes. And I just need 2 Powerballs to be faster than the Jeweled Sapphire Whelpling. My trap is likely to go off at some point, I would imagine. Right now would be the best time, but it didn't go off. So do I swap while I'm stunned? Ah, it doesn't have weak damage versus me. I kind of want to stay in. I'm just gonna pass. Okay, we'll be faster now finally, and he has a dragon racial, but the trap is going to go off at the end of the turn if it doesn't get procced. It'd be ideal for it to get procced, but because he has a dragon racial, I'm just going to play it safe and Spirit Spikes. Okay, he's eating the trap on that guy. I'm faster than his whole team now, so Vengeful Porcupet should be able to get a lot of work done with that beast racial. Actually, if I get a triple, it almost is dead. Or a crit. That was great. But yeah, my thinking was take the damage on the Porcupet instead of the MPD because the Porcupet is going to be not that great versus a Surge user. He will be good versus the Jeweled Sapphire Whelping. So what I'm going to do is bring in my MPD to eat that Surge. And he doesn't have a Decoy Breaker, so let's press Decoy. And he used Surge, so now it still has 2 charges. Let's use Thunderbolt so that my Porcupet can kill that Sapphire Whelping more easily. I think we're in the clear at this point. He can go for a Surge, but I have enough health on my MPD, even though he doesn't have weak damage versus me. I just think I'll be able to get off one attack into the Jeweled Sapphire Whelping, and then double on flank should kill him. Unless I low roll, in which case he maybe has a 50-50 chance of winning. Nope, we got a crit. Alright. Well, again, I'm not trying to get this guy, but maybe the Darkness guy gave up. Or got enough wins and got bored of farming me. So I'll stop playing anti-darkness pets, try to play fun teams, and then I'll just go back to playing counter teams if we start seeing spam darkness again. Versus Anomalous. Well, the Blazehound was good, but he knew better than to, like, try to fight my Blazehound with Anomalous. He's seen that matchup. It does not go well for him. The Dragon is weird. So an Undead that's faster than him would be a great counter. Although he has an Aquatic, so Undead might not be that good. Maybe the Spectral Raven. Do I have any Spectral Raven teams? Well, we have this team. I haven't tried it yet. Seems kind of silly. Probably should have put it in tryout teams. I don't know. Hmm. So I have the Spectral Raven, but I want to use him as my cleanup pet, and he likes to use his dragon as a starter pet, which, yeah, I can Whirling Talons and stuff. I'm not sure if this team will do well versus him. I guess I'll just queue it, try it out. I'm likely to get that same guy. Okay, yep, same guy. So he started with the... Didn't he start with the... I mean, the thing is, he can start with all of his pets, but I think his best starter pet is Anomalous. I'm going to start with my Poultrid. Yeah, there we go. And then try to just, like, cleave those backline pets so that this 2v2 is as winnable as possible. I don't think I win this, but I could probably pick a better team next time. So let's go for an Enrage. Get some damage out. If we die with Enrage, then our dot will do full damage for the next 2 turns, so that's good. Infected Claw might low roll. I'm thinking we just bring in the Curious Wolvar pup, probably. That's actually a really tough one. I think it's better if I bring him in. Probably go for a Snap Trap into a Whirlwind. Do I go for Whirlwind into Snap Trap? Let's go for the Snap Trap. That seems like the move. If the snap trap goes off right now, then my whirlwind does full damage to the back line. And if it doesn't... Oh, I think I... Why did he not go for toxic fumes? I think I died because of corrosion. Weird. Maybe he thought I would swap. Alright, Trap, come on, help me out. Excellent. But now he has Godspeed, so that's good, but it's not great. Can my Spectral Raven... I just realized I brought a Spectral Raven versus an Aquatic. That's probably not fantastic. Oh well, we should be okay. He's like super low HP. So even though we do weak damage, we got him. The trap totally carried me. And then I'm faster than this guy, so darkness one-shots him. I think he should beat this team the majority of the time if my trap doesn't come in clutch like it did there. Plus also, I'm pretty sure Toxic Fumes was enough damage to kill me because I had Corrosion buffing it. That was weird that he went for Corrosion instead of Toxic Fumes. That might have been a misclick. Okay. Have I just gotten that same guy 3 times in a row? I did. Well. Let's hazard a guess. We'll get him again and pick a slightly better team, I think, versus him. It's actually anomalous. That's the biggest problem. It's not the dragon. Like, the dragon is not what I need to worry about. So, I'm thinking versus anomalous. Maybe Mr. Delver? Mr. Delver's good. Do I have any Mr. Delver teams that I'm super excited about playing right now? Well, this team does really well. Snapdragon is a speed tie with the dragon, and the Nightshade Sproutling is slower, so I don't love that. Okay, so the Snapdragon pup is faster than the dragon, but he takes weak damage, strong damage from liftoff, so that I might not have any great teams there. Okay, so we could play Squirky maybe. We have Dazzling Dance, which could be very helpful. I don't think I played this team in a video yet. I think I played it once and I just like games were super boring. I'm trying to remember. Maybe I did play it in the last video. Yeah, I did play it in the last video. Okay, well, maybe let's play it again. I mean, I kind of like the team. Royal Peachick versus the Dragon's rough, but he is good versus the Aquatic. Not great, though, because of Surge. Well, let me join queue and then look at other teams and see if there's anything else that I like better. Okay, so Jingles is faster than the Dragon. Jingles is decent versus Anomalous. Drafty is decent versus Anomalous. Arphis is running Ice Tomb, so he might actually not be too bad there. But he can always lift off the Ice Tomb. If I was running Haunt, I would say no, not a good idea versus an Aquatic. Okay, same guy. So what did he start with last time? His team is fairly adaptable, but he should probably be starting with Anomalous. So let's start with Mr. Delver, so that we can swap him out if he does that. He's going for probably a stun on me. Let's go for build turret in case he attacks, and then now that I'm stunned, I think passing is my best bet. We can go for a build turret. I wish I had missile here, but he's gonna get his racial. Maybe we bring in the Royal Peachick. Since he's staying in on the dragon, I do weak damage to him, but the idea is to give myself Dazzling Dance anyways. I think that's probably the move here. Alright, so I could feign death it, but I care more about Dazzling Dance, so let's go for that. Now Squirky should be faster than his team. How fast am I? 366. Nice. He has a Dragon Racial. Let's feign death and avoid that. Okay, so he's bringing in Anomalous. I'm going to stun Anomalous. And then, can't really use Bubble. Poison Protocol, break that. Let's bring in Mr. Delver. If he stays in, we can swap him. Now the question is, does he juke it? So fairly, what is the word I'm looking for? Telegraphed swap, but also a little bit of a mind game. I could have went for build turret first. Alright, build turret or batter? I think he's going to go for a bleed, so I'm going to go for batter. Nah, I should have went for the turret. Okay, fine. Cool, I'll just go for build turret. He's just going to spam surge, so build turret will be slightly more valuable. Mr. Delver is not a great cleanup pet, because he can always just surge and outspeed me with the JSW, so I think staying in here and taking surges in exchange for some HP from that aquatic is a good option. I think the Royal Peachick and Squirky can clean up here, most likely. Although Squirky's unfortunately running aquatic damage, so that's not great versus Anomalous. I'm thinking we want to bring in a Royal Peachick here. Probably just go for Quills. If he doesn't go for Surge, he can die. Yeah, that's smart for him to go for Surge. Oh, I forgot if I landed that. Okay, I'm thinking the move here is I need Dazzling Dance so that Squirky has a fighting chance. Yeah, we have to go for Dazzling Dance because he's going to surge here and then I'll lose my Flying Racial and then the dragon can stun me. So we have to do that. And then maybe I just go for the Feign Death, actually. I don't hate that idea. It gives me the free swap, although maybe what I could have done is saved Feign Death and just manually swap, but yeah, that way I don't take any extra damage on Squirky. They crit me. Well, hopefully Squirky can 1v2 here. I have 8 rounds of Dazzling Dance, 7 now. And I deal weak damage to Anomalous, but I got all my cooldowns. I feel like I should be in a decent spot here. I don't know if I want to go for Bubble. I think I probably don't want to go for Bubble. At least on cooldown. Alright, maybe now I go for the Bubble, because he could go for the stun. Yeah, let's go for Bubble. If he goes for the swap into Anomalous, that would have been a really good play from him. But yeah, we block the Bubble. So he brings in Anomalous. It's going to take us a lot of attacks to kill him because we do weak damage. Maybe I bring in the Royal Peachick and refresh Dazzling Dance because I deal weak damage. Yeah, I think that's the play. I don't think Dazzling Dance is Quills is a good idea. I think Dazzling Dance is infinitely more valuable here because I need to be able to outspeed that JSW. Okay, so now his Toxic Fumes is on cooldown. I have my stun back. So let's use the stun. Yeah, for sure we use the stun. I don't have cooldowns now, so it just comes down to do I have enough damage to kill him. gonna stun me here. Game will pass for me. I think I'll be okay here because I got Bubble to block for a turn until I get my Clobber back. I have 5 more turns of Dazzling Dance. I think I'm okay. I just don't know because I do weak damage to him. If I just had the not Fish Slap ability, the other one, I'd definitely be fine. I actually don't know. Do I go for Bubble or Fish Slap? He's probably going to go for Poison Protocol, which will break Bubble. I think we go for Fish Slap. As long as he doesn't crit, I should be fine. Let's go for a Clobber. Fish Slap for the heal. And I think 2 Fish Slaps would have killed him if I didn't get the crit. Alright. Well, that worked, but not fantastically. I'm thinking... versus that guy, there's a team I have in mind that should do very well. Well, it's just a really strong team, but I want to try it out. Because if you're fighting Anomalous a lot, the best ways to give him a hard time is Sandstorm. This team seems really strong. I used it to fight that Darkness guy I was trying to snipe, and it absolutely crushed him. Because I just have I have my own weathers that I could trade damage. Unfortunately, just because of how OP Sandstorm and Darkness weather effects are, as far as how much damage they do right now, the best way to counter them generally is just to play your own weathers when you're fighting them, and then you can trade damage for damage. It's very unlikely that you'll win consistently if you just try to play, like, counter teams that don't have overpowered weather abilities. Like if you're, for example, playing the Alpine Foxling versus a Darkness team, sure, you take weak damage from Darkness, but it does so much, like, obnoxious, overtuned amounts of damage. Even though you take weak damage from it, you're actually just better off running like a Living Sandling. And then trading Sandstorm for Darkness so that you don't fall behind in momentum. It's the big problem with the current state of Pet Battle PvP. I'd like to try these other teams, but if all I'm getting is Triple Darkness and Anomalous, I don't think... Maybe this team could do okay? I might try this team next, depending on what I queue into next. Don't know about this team. This team looks like it could be fun if I'm queuing into fun pets, but it's kind of just that time of night where generally all I'm getting are like S tier Darkness teams or Anomalous spam. We're doing on games so far. I think we're at 4 so far. But a lot of them were the same guy. Wait, was it literally 4? Yeah, I just realized this whole video has just been the same player. He's just been playing slightly different pets each time. It really confuses me why he likes Flame Breath instead of Arcane Slash. I feel like Arcane Slash is leagues more useful. Especially if you're fighting like good pets. Like if you're fighting Sandstorm, I'm just going to take no damage on this team from all of his dots. Guess I'll quest till I get the queue to pop. Oh, there it is. Do still need to get 90. Alright, well, let's park here. See what we get. Okay, finally, something new. We got Chi-Ji, Scourge Whelpling, Clinking Scrap Sorter, maybe a Wild Magic team of some sort. It's hard to say. He has Omnipummel. Sandstorm is just going to be a little bit overkill versus this guy, but play it out. Maybe he can make something happen with that Scourged Whelpling. I doubt he will use one of these abilities right away, so I'm going to use Sandstorm. And his Flying Racial is gone. This team is pretty obnoxious. Okay, he probably goes for Feign Death or something. Oh, he missed a Wild Magic. Alright, let's go for Quicksand. Should kill him. Oh, not quite. Alright, well. Still has that Chi-Ji to soak a Sandstorm maybe later. He might have Grasp, but it's still not very much damage versus me. I think it's fine for me to just go for Sandstorm. It'll do more damage than his Omnipummel with Wild Magic. Oh, he does have strong damage. Well, in that case, I will be staying in. Kind of messes with my strategy, because the idea here is to use my cooldowns and then swap and use Inspiring Song, but still a pretty decent matchup for me. I have an Elemental, he has a Mechanical. The only thing he has going for me is he has Grasp, which, even though it does strong damage, is still, like, it's still actually less damage than my basic attack. Unless he crits. Okay, well, I'm still rooted, and I am slower, so my Living Sandling is dead. That's okay. These two should be able to 1v2, no problem. He doesn't have Feign Death. Let's bring in the Renishu run. He's faster than the Scourged Whelpling, even without focus. The Scourged Whelpling's a little bit of an odd choice. I guess maybe he has Death and Decay and Plague Blood, but Darkness is just way more valuable. So my Sandstorm's just going to block all that dot damage. Petal takes strong damage from his basic attacks. Yeah, let's just stay in. I don't see a huge reason to swap to Petal. I mean, he doesn't take strong damage from these attacks, but he does take strong damage from that, so it's probably not worth for me to waste a global to swap. Did he get 2 crits in a row? Well, he crits something. Oh, no, I crit him. That's what happened. Okay. Alright, well, 90% chance. Let's go for it. That wasn't as straight, or as, that was closer than I thought it would be. But a lot of it boiled down to he was just spamming Grasp, which messed up my strategy. Because if he didn't have a root, then you see the idea here is you just use your big OP cooldowns and then you swap to Petal. You give yourself a speed boost. And then you can AoE heal your pets while Sandstorm's out. It did really well versus Darkness because I could change his weather and then AoE heal under Sandstorm. Okay, well. Let's play this team. And then I'll call it for now after we get this one more win. If I'm fighting that same guy, I feel like this team will be a little more in line with what he's playing. And if I get the other guy, I think I could have a chance to beat him, but my money would be on the Anomalous team. Because Anomalous is OP. Alright, fortunately we didn't get Anomalous, so this will probably be LG if I can win. And I have the advantage now of knowing what he's playing, so I think I'll start with the Fiendish Imp. Go for a Immolation seems like a good start. He might go for a Feign Death. Let's see what he does. He doesn't have a way to heal since he has Wild Magic, so... Well, that hurt. I don't think I want to stay in and take another one of those Fire Quills. Don't know if I want to bring in Petal either. I'm going to bring in Petal, but if he lands a triple, I could be in a lot of trouble. Oh, I have the Healing Wrap instead of the AoE heal here. Well... Let's go for that. Let my Immolation tick away. Now, I'm not sure. Do I stay in? That Wild Magic has given me some trouble now that I don't have Sandstorm to carry me. I think I go for Sticky Surge. I'm surprised he's just not going for that Feign Death. He's kind of playing like a bot, where he's waiting until he loses his Flying Racial to press his Feign Death. Let's go for Ooze Touch. I might die here. Thank goodness he didn't get a triple there. Alright, so he probably goes for the Feign Death, so I'm going to go for Healing Wrap. He went for damage while he's slower. This guy's confusing me. Just doesn't want to use his Feign Death. Okay, well, I have Wild Magic on me. I think I want to bring in the Yeti. Probably go for Call Lightning. It'll buff his Death and Decay, so I'm not sure. But it also does big dam. Yeah, what I'll do actually is just swap to the Fiendish Imp. Let's go for... If I swap him, he's going to grasp me until I die. So let's go for Immolation. He's going to get a Plagued Blood on me, but that's okay, because I can at least swap him and then swap to somebody else. I just realized this Clinking Scrap Sorter is a white quality pet. I'm about to lose to a white quality Clinking Scrap Sorter B balance. That would be embarrassing. It might happen, though. I don't know. So he's probably going to go for Grasp, which is weak damage to Petal. But now Petal is doomed to die inevitably. So is it worth going for the heal? Probably. I have my Immolation rolling. He swapped. Well, he's 236 speed. I don't really need Sticky Surge versus this guy now that the Flyer's dead. So I think I could have actually saved Petal for later, but I think attacking when you're not sure what else to do is usually a good idea. Okay, let's bring in the Fiendish Imp. Unless he jukes it, we can Nethergate him on his Undead round. Or Nethergate him and trigger his Undead round. Then I think my Mechanical is probably going to beat the white quality one. I'm glad I didn't go for Call Lightning, because it would have buffed all of his Omni Pummel and Death and Decay a lot. But I should have just probably swapped to the Fiendish Imp instead of the Tranquil Mechanical Yeti in the middle of the game. But I guess the reason I didn't is I was thinking he would go for like Death and Decay and Plague Blood, and then he's just started spamming Tail Slaps, so... Kind of random teams right now, but... eh. You never know what you're going to get with Pet Battles. I'm going to call it there, probably level, hit 90, and then try some more later. Hopefully we aren't queuing into white quality balance mechanicals. What's that thing called? The Clinking Scrap Sorter. Kind of a cool pet, but I wish he had a blue quality. That would have made the game more interesting. Anyways, hope you all enjoyed the vid, and I'll see you on the next one.